Improvisation is the off the top of our head type of way of utilizing our skills and everything from the past to create something completely new in the present. Basically, from a spiritual aspect, you're opening up a channel and allowing music to come through you rather than thinking about something and playing it and regurgitating it and those kinds of things. The purest form of improvisation is allowing something to come through you. Of course, all of your preparation plays a role in what from that ocean is brought through. And usually I would say, hopefully, it's the universe bringing that specific information through at that specific time. And that's what makes it so special when you see someone improvise rather than even hear them on a record. Because when you hear them on a record, you weren't there, you weren't in the room, and you weren't part of what it is that they were actually creating, the universe at that moment, the other people, the energy, all those things play a role in improvisation. Recently, I have a podcast and I had a human consciousness expert on the show. And I had her on the show because I wanted to find out myself, what is a human consciousness expert? It sounds fascinating. And how can that possibly make a difference for the direction that we're going in and help us, achieve? And I started to have her do all of the different emotions, saying that most of us are caught between 20 and 200, and she labeled those emotions, the things, that are in there. And then she started going over 200. I said, wow, well, those sound pretty good. So you mean a lot of the really good ones come past 200? She said, yes. And then she said that where we really should be is 400 and above. That's where we should be 90% of the time. Instead of 20 to 200, 90% of the time, 400 and above 90% of the time, we have the potential. So I said, wow, that sounds interesting. Well, as you know, I'm the founder of Jazz for Peace, and I must be doing this for a reason. What if I were to play an improvisation for you, making it up on the spot at the moment? Would you give it a rating live for listeners? And she said she would do that. So I performed, and then I asked her for the human consciousness rating, and she gave it 540. And then she told me that at 600 is one of her favorite of all, and that's world peace. So that kind of brought together Jazz for Peace. I mean, I'm trying to get people to 540 apparently with my music, and then from there we can go hopefully to 600. So that's, I guess, what Jazz for Peace was meant with me not knowing it. Two different worlds. We live in two different worlds, but we will show them as we walk together in the sun. That are two different worlds are one. I hear Jazz for Peace coming through the trees. In my heart, it fills me like a celebration. I see the light, and I want to follow. Inspired by the past contributions that came before and laid the groundwork for us to build on this universal language that is a gift for all mankind. And when we speak it, people are enlightened by the creativity and artistry that stands for peace and love and humanity, and intelligence that leads to reaching potential that we have in our souls. So we can raise our total conscience and see that the gift of giving is our greatest privilege. I hear jazz for peace. I hear jazz for peace.